it just felt like one of those games from the get-go that, I don't know, maybe the outcome, it was never in doubt, right? Minnesota Vikings go to Santa Clara, San Francisco adjacent, and lose to the Niners 34-26. And it's just uber frustrating. It is. Where the Vikings, they got out to a lead again, another 7-point lead, all 11 games, but a tough game versus a very tough opponent. This was a playoff game. This was as close to a playoff game as a Week 12 matchup can be, and the Vikings missing their entire defensive line against a team that loves to run the ball with Debo and Elijah Mitchell, fantastic rookie, by the way. They just could not stop the run, and the breaks did not go in their favor. The calls didn't go their way. It's whatever. It's whatever. Even though all is not lost at this point, the Vikings are still in the 7th spot. If Washington loses to the Seahawks tomorrow, at worst, they'll be in the 8th spot because luckily the Saints, the Eagles, and the Panthers all lost. But this one hurts. This is a game where you look back at the end of the season and be like, should have had that one. Well, there's 17 of those this year. It just seems like should have had the Bengals game, should have had the Cardinals game, should have had the Cowboys game, should have had the Ravens game, should have had this game. It's just all over. But we got some winners, we got some losers, trying to keep Skull alive. It's kind of tough. Here's what's most frustrating about this team is that they've been in every single game. They have led by 7 in every single game. Like they've not had a down week like some other teams around the league where they just get their doors blown off. That's why it gets so frustrating, because if this goes their way, if that goes their way, if just small things every single game, I don't know. Man of the match, Adam Jerome Ezekiel Thielen. All he does is catch touchdowns, 2 touchdowns on the day, and he is fantastic in the red zone, finding areas in the zone, in compressed areas. So that catch where he dragged the ball and just kept it off of the turf, that's when you knew that something smells rotten in Denmark, because the fact that they ruled it a non-catch on the field, which made the burden of proof of the replay all the way up here, which, ooh, baby, we can get into how the initial call on the field thing is so stupid. They should be able to say, we don't know, and then go to a replay, as opposed to making a call on the field, a bang play. Human error is a thing. Those guys are humans too. They make mistakes, and then all of a sudden their mistake is compounded by a very close call, but there isn't enough visual evidence to overturn it. The NFL officiating put that. I was like, there wasn't clear evidence to overturn the call. Oh, the fact that the ball never touched the ground, the fact that Thielen cradled it so softly with his Detroit Lakes mittens, just it's frustrating, man. It is. Winner number 2, Kenney and Wangu. 99-yard house call right when the Vikings needed it. A couple other great returns as well. And unfortunately, he did get in on offense because Dalvin got hurt. Kenney is going to be a running back 1 very soon in this league. I think it may be as soon as 2023. I think he's going to be one of those cases. You look at Priest Holmes at Texas A&M. You look at Arian Foster at Tennessee, where these guys had okay college careers, but NFL, boo! Right system. I think Nwangu will be one of those guys. Oh, by the way, both of those guys are Arian Foster, Kubiak. Nailed it. Winner number 3, Dalvin Cook. And the injury looked really bad. Yeah, that shoulder, pec, whatever he's dealing with. And I do not put that fumble on him. I put it on Oli Udoh. We'll get to Oli Udoh in a little bit. Just get him blown. There's not much you can do. Like, you could... trying to think which running back had the least fumbles. Like Curtis Martin, maybe? I mean, Curtis Martin getting contacted immediately in the backfield, he's going to fumble that ball too. So I didn't put that on Dalvin. But as a runner and receiver, I like the game plan for Dalvin. Today, 39 on the ground, 6 for 64 on 7 targets receiving. And he should be used like this all the time. Like, all the love gets thrown towards Kamara and McCaffrey, and it should be Dalvin in that conversation as well. But we'll see with the injury, man. It just sucks because Dalvin is playing really, really well, and I just hate to see it. Winner number 4, Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith interception early. Jimmy G, one of his wounded ducks. A couple big pass breakups as well. Up against the run with that backup defensive line in there. 22 is all over the field, and it felt a lot like the Seattle game last year, where you remember that one? Oh yeah, the Cam Dancer, DK Metcalf. Cam, cover your pumpkin pie. That guy, where Harrison and Eric Kendricks can't do it alone. And injuries and attrition are starting to catch up to that defense. And it's easy to be really pissed off about how they played against the Niners, but I mean, the entire starting defensive line was out. And Harrison can only do so much back there. Kendricks can only do so much back there. That's whatever. Winner number 5, Armon for Watts. That's right. One of the really great stories on the Vikings this year. Armon Watts continues to be a monster. Got pressures, got a sack as well. 4 sacks on the season, obviously a career high. And he is, well, with KJ cooling off recently, I think that Armon Watts right now is the most improved Viking this season. And he's really taken the sting out to a degree of losing Pierce and losing Diesel Dalvin Thompson. Hopefully they'll both be back very, very soon. But it's nice to see Armon stepping up in year 3. Honorable mention winners, Justin Jefferson, 8-4. Should have been 8, but 4 catches for 83 on 9 targets. Not enough. We learned the last 2 weeks. Throw the ball to Jefferson and good things happen. It simply did not happen. He did not get enough targets or quality targets, and also just throw it up to him. Josh Norman cannot cover him. He will get DPIs, but also Jefferson, heck of an arm, by the way. Woo! Like seeing that. Also, he went over 1,000 yards for the season, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, which is really great. DJ Daniil Jr. won him. Big sack on 3rd down early in the game to kill some momentum. Would have been nice. Couple other sacks, couple other pressures in the game, but Sheldon Richardson playing the opposite defensive end, getting pressure on that makeshift defensive line, containing Mitchell on that screen. But yeah, as a whole, 200 yards plus on the ground to the Niners. It's rough. But also some praise. Vikings legend TJ Smith, number 50, 5-0, big run stuff where, it's pretty bad when I have to look up a player where it's like, I don't know who that is. But props to TJ. Clint Kubiak. Towards the end of the game, play calling was very helter-skelter. Inside the 10, they came up with 0 points. That was tough. Final drive, that was tough. But overall, I think throughout the game, he was really feeling it. A lot of creativity. That flea flicker was great. That double pass from Jefferson to Dalvin was good. Manufacturing touches for Dalvin. And there should have been more Jefferson. There's more cowbell. I need more Jefferson out there, but what can you do? Losers. The run defense. Yeah, they completely just jammed it down your throat. Elijah Mitchell and Deebo Samuel. It was like trying to play one of the service academies, like Army or Navy or whatever. You knew what they were going to do. Jimmy G was not going to be a threat, and you couldn't stop him. It's just, yes, to a degree, I give them a little leeway here because no Diesel, no Daniil, no Pierce, no Everson. But Zimmer, the fact that they've been so nonchalant about the run defense for a long time, it's really frustrating because that is the basis of football. Stop the run, especially with a quarterback like Jimmy G back there. Make him try to beat you, and it's rough. Plus, what's most infuriating is that when Pierce was healthy and on the field, and when Diesel Dalvin was on the field, and Daniil was here, they still couldn't stop the run either. Because 6 straight 100-yard games to start the year. So it comes down to scheme. It does not come down to talent because they have it in spades. So there's something wrong with the way that Zimmer is deploying his front 7. But yeah. Also, Zimmer's 2-minute defense, 66 points allowed in the final 2 minutes of the first half over 11 games. That's average of beep, bop, up, a boop, 6. Yikes. Each team is averaging a touchdown. No extra point because maybe Greg Joseph is their kicker. Face, but it's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing situational football, and you're giving up points before the half, and then the Niners got the ball back, and they score points after the half, a 7-7. Bad. Speaking of bad, Kirk showed up. That interception after going down 21-14 was a backbreaker. Missed the wide open 2-point conversion as well. Also could have ran it in. And then when he pulled that rookie Troy Aikman thing where he lined up under guard instead of center, he lined up under Oli Udoh on 4th down. Now, I was thinking maybe it was a trick play, but then when Madison had to come over, it's like, hey, Kirk, move over. No. That's almost as embarrassing as his kneel down when he should have been spiking it when he was in Washington, but whatever. Greg Joseph, MFer, stop missing PATs, man. Stop missing extra points because here's what happens, and it just snowballs. Zimmer will chase points before he has to. Like he did not have to go for 2 when he did early in the game. There's a lot of football left, right? Only chase points when you have to, because if you miss, you end up chasing points the rest of the game. So they miss the extra point. Zimmer goes for 2, misses, and then you're down by 8 this entire time. It's rough. Yeah. Also, loser on the day, Oli Udoh. I think the Oli Udoh guard experiment has ended. I don't know what it is. I don't think he has enough lateral quickness to stick inside. I thought him with that athleticism could do it, but it's not happening. I still think that Oli could be a serviceable backup tackle. I think that's his natural position, so he'll be fine there. But you drafted Wyatt Davis for a reason. Put him in there. Or Blake Brandel. I don't care. If you want to put Bradbury at guard, I don't care either. Just the holding penalty and then whiffing on that block that led to the fumble, that led to Dalvin being hurt. Yeah, no, 74's got to sit. Yeah. Refs. So we knew that the makeup calls were coming because of how the Green Bay game went down, but just a blatant holds missed all day long on Kendricks, on Barr, ridiculous defensive holding call on Patrick Peterson on a big third down spot on George Kittle. Also, how could you... The Thielen catch is what boggles me. And again, they should be able to say, we don't know on the field. There should not be an initial call where you're guessing, where you're just guessing, because then it's such a high bar for visual evidence on the replay, because it could be a toss-up on the visual evidence too. Also, the Jawan Jennings second touchdown where his knee was completely out of bounds. I love that they signaled touchdown, and then the second referee, who didn't even have an angle on the call, so he didn't even see what happened. He signaled touchdown too. Just also on the final drive, blatant DPI on KJ Osborne. That's inexcusable. What does the guy have to do? Like, if he hit KJ with a 2x4, I'm not sure if they would have called it. They just keep that laundry tucked in their pocket. But okay. Anthony Barr, before he got hurt, had a really rough day in coverage, also against the run. Darisaw, he got roasted by Nick Bosa. Really tough matchup, rough couple of games, but he'll be fine. Hopefully that injury is not a big deal. Mac Alexander, Mac did not have a good day. He did not. And Nick Vigil missed a couple big tackles in the back. On the Debo 49-yard run, he really whiffed on a backfield tackle. But it was just one of those days where the fact that the Vikings were even in it in a one-score game with the ball late, with all these things going against you, where you didn't have your starting defensive line, you lost Barr, you lost Dalvin, you lost Darisaw. There's probably some other injuries in there that I forgot, and just gotta keep fighting. Your entire defensive line is out. Just gotta keep fighting in their place. And everything going against you, the entire world against you, and you're still able to fight and claw. So don't give up. 5-6, the best 5-6 team in NFL history. I did it. Sitting in that 7th seed. Get healthy, make a run. But the margin for error right now is prime Johan Santana ERA, dental floss thin. That's the margin for error. But anyways, let us know your thoughts. Who are your winners? Who are your losers? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.